on the exhaust, and that requires kind of a burn-in to help that be pure. So we're doing a 20-minute idle, and then we'll let that cool for 20 minutes. So the only thing I have left to do is the windshield. Get that cut and installed. Hopefully get that done in a couple days here.
That's when we were going right to green.
Yep. That's what you recommend?
Yeah. That's your standard automotive.
Auto glass windshield.
This is 104. And that's denatured alcohol, so it burns pretty clear.
You feel the heat.
Yes.
And do you have to cut this while still warm?
Yeah. The plastic is stretching under heat. You know, because
You can feel it. Cool.
A little bit of tap there.
It's sat in there.
Yeah, it sucked itself in there, yeah. This here is pulling that one lip back.
And locking it in at the same time.
And then the roller is putting pressure on that lip. Get it right in there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That looks
it's very
super
safe
clean.
style because, like we said before, the glass is bigger than the hole.
Well,
So
Jim
that's why-
over at Bugs and Buggies recommended you highly.
Yeah. Yeah, they bring in custom frames. You know, somebody that's proficient in metal like yourself, and they'll come in and ask like you did, what do we need? Tell them, you know, an inch.
Right.
You know, radiuses, standard stuff.
Well, the initial plan on this was to do an actual arched window, and then
curvature, yeah.
within a day, I realized that it just became way too complicated.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, you got to custom make one.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Then you got to pay for the die, and then.
Because everybody wanted to know what's the make and model. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like for like a chop top thing. That's probably why they wanted your make and model. They were going to take an original. And...
So we're here with Brett Winters, Recon Auto Detail. I've known him for, what, 2016? When you started doing my truck?
Probably 2016, yep.
We're going to do a clear bra here and kind of walk the process.
Kind of do a simple process, right? So we got little cutouts, made our size. All we got here is a little bit of baby soap, just so we have a slip solution. And we're just gonna kind of get that just damped out. Pretty simple process with a tube like this. So we're just gonna wrap that basically on there. We're gonna butt that seam up on the bottom, but you can kind of see how that just kind of took mold. This is a pretty easy install because we don't got to stretch. We have no real stretch points.
At least you think you don't.
At least we think we don't. But really, the main focus for PPF or anything like that is obviously just protection, like protecting on a regular vehicle. It's going to protect it from road debris, your day-to-day driving. You know, it keeps value within your investment, so you don't have a rock chip front end when you go to sell your vehicle. You could pull it off, it looked like brand new if you were going to do that. Or if your PPF's still in good shape, just leave it.
And can this be removed later?
Can be removed later,
Yeah.
yep. So we use Kavacha, Ceramic Pro Kavacha film, has a 12-year warranty on it. But that's it. Now when he gets in, grabs this, slides in, we're going to do this here too. So his feet, if it catches it, it's not going to scratch his beautiful coating there. So that's it. That gonna work?
That's cool.
So yeah, it'll be
Yeah,
good.
because you sit on that, you pivot, and then you get in.
Yeah. Yep, full hoods, partials. You know, we always try to recommend like a full front end. Partials do a good job, but you're still leaving your hood, top portion of your hood, if it's slanted, fully exposed. And really the reality is the price difference between your partial and a full, that, you know, it's obviously it's going to be a few $100, but it's worth it in the long run just because it protects your factory paint.
All right, Brett, do a wrap up here.
Our wrap up is they're installed. It's nice because you can't even really tell it's on the car.
Yeah, it looks super clean.
You know, it's pretty seamless. Yes, it's, you know, we use one of the thickest films on the market. Like I said, it's a Kavacha PPF, self-healing, nano-infused. But, you know, it's about 8.2 thick. So it is a little thicker, but even at that, you really can't see the edges unless you're actually looking for it. So
that's going to really help because this is where all your body action is.
yeah, I mean, you're setting your butt there just like a regular old race car, basically. This thing's sweet.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard style. Slide in, hammer the gas, let's go. So, but yeah, it definitely will help keep that tubing in nice blistering metallic orange.
Yeah.
So
Cool, man.
awesome.
Thanks, dude.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
You bet.
All right, we're going to take this out for a test drive. I got the windshield installed. Had to do another alignment, so that's done. And I wrapped the exhaust, the mufflers, and the cats. So it's supposed to kind of smoke and burn. Hopefully it's not a big deal. Not sure exactly what to expect. Brought my fire extinguisher just in case. We'll take it nice and easy. If everything checks out. This isn't licensed and registered yet. All right, here we go. I can already tell the difference in the windshield. Wow. So all of my testing, when it was raw, was without a windshield. Just that one thing makes a huge difference. burning smell. That's expected from the wrap. That was fantastic. Let's get this aligned and take it back out. Sweet! All right, this will be short test number 2. Just made an alignment to the steering adjustment, so let's give it another go. I love that sound. Oh, sorry. It's not too shaky. We'll do another test here. It'll be number 3 for the alignment. I think I got it dialed in. It was super minor on that last bit. Smoke is pretty much settled off the wrap. So let's take this out again. That never gets old. feels decent. Years and years ago. This is better than I imagined it to be. Absolutely fantastic. Wow. Okay. Car shows. Get this thing licensed and registered. Got to go back to the DMV. We had to take the VIN off for powder coating, which I pretty much thought would happen. And of course the DMV doesn't like that, so they want to do another inspection. So that's scheduled for next week. And then start getting this online videos as much as we can and start going to every car show I can find. Love it.